What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your two normal hosts, myself and JD from Line Movers, and today we have a very special guest back again, friend of the program, Hefe Picks, here to give the winners. You did great last week, so we had to bring you back to get some winners. How are you today, Hefe?
Doing great, fellas. Thank you for having me back. I am wearing my Rutgers quarter zip in honor of Alpha. He asked me to wear it. I got it on. You know what that means. We're going undefeated, just like Rutgers basketball.
Fun fact, Hefe is not a Rutgers fan. I am a Rutgers fan, and he's doing this to piss me off, and he's doing a great job at it. I will give him credit. He's doing a fantastic job at that. JD, how are you today?
Man, I'm doing great. Coming off a great day, and today we have a really good slate, so I am ready to go.
I'm ready to dive in as well. Let's quickly go over to the comments because I know JD's going to love this one. Nick Castrucci is counting the days until the cluck bet has to be fulfilled. That's not going to be me. The Alpha has won 3 straight cluck bets. Some say he's the greatest cluck better of all time. That's what some are saying. I don't really know. Hot Toddy in the chat saying Hefe is back. The people are pumped to have Hefe. We're pumped to have Hefe too. And we have a beautiful 5-game slate we're going to be going over today. Before we do, we have to do what we always do, and we are going to go into our, Tuesday recap. JD, how did you do yesterday?
Is it the Tuesday recap, or would it technically be the Monday recap?
It's the Monday recap on Tuesday.
Okay, there we go. What happened yesterday? Yes, the actual the best bet on the show. That was the easy winner. It was the Joe Mixon to score a touchdown and then him to rush for over 60+ yards.
Yeah,
I think that hit in the first
minute.
Yeah, that was an easy, actually no sweat bet there. Then the rest of the day was good as far as college basketball. I actually swept there. College basketball is still running super hot. And yeah, it was just overall a really good day.
We love to hear that. JD, I say it every day on this show because it keeps seeming that every day you're sweeping or losing only one college basketball bet. You have been absolutely on fire, so keep it rolling for the fellas. Hefe, how'd you do yesterday, my friend?
Excuse me. I did good. Obviously, had the Texans because why would you ever back the Dallas Cowboys? That was easy. Even at halftime, it was easy. I didn't even care about the -7.5. I didn't even care about that hook. Never was worried. I knew that they would stop playing competitive football in that second half, and that's exactly what happened. And then yesterday I also took the Knicks by the spread. Actually went to the game, and that game was never close. The Wizards are actually an FCS team. They're not even. They can't even make the G League.
It was good to see the Knicks get it rolling. It was nice to see them score over 130 points. So hopefully the Knicks can keep it rolling. As everybody knows, me and Hefe tend to root for the New York Knickerbockers. Over to the chat. J-Bo is here as always. He is in our YouTube. We appreciate you, J-Bo. Good morning. David is here. David hit another monster parlay yesterday. Guys, David dropped the entire parlay in chat. We put it on the screen. I believe that's 2 straight show parlays that were 4-leggers that David has cashed. So, David, if you have any more for the people, we'd love to share it with the audience. You've been hot, brother. Bill Norman is here. What's up, Bill? We appreciate you. K.O. Locke, shout out Spencer, saying Nebraska will be going bowling after they beat Wisconsin. Bold take. All I know is Hefe and my Rutgers team has clinched a bowl game as of last weekend, so Rutgers will at least be going to a bowl. And Aiden is asking, how are the Sixers so damn bad? Good question.
That's an easy answer. Look at the roster.
It's very true. It's very true. They added Paul George, and we've been saying it all year on this show. His numbers are almost identical to what Tobias Harris has done the last couple of years. And Philadelphia fans know that Tobias Harris was not an effective player for them. So Paul George is looking very similarly to me, at least in that aspect. But fellas, that's going to do it for the intro. You guys ready to get into some breakdowns and get into some bets for the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, gentlemen. We're going to start in the NCAA, and we are going to start with the Gardner-Webb taking on Charlotte game. I have a trivia question for chat, just like I did yesterday. There was some school in LA. I had no idea where it was. Today's trivia, put in chat if you know where Gardner-Webb is. JD, you can't answer because I know you know that answer, but I do not. So answer if you guys do know, but over to this game. Gardner-Webb running Bulldogs are 2-2 on the year. They're 1-2 on the road, taking on the Charlotte 49ers, who are 2-1 on the year. They are 2-0 at home. JD, Gardner-Webb is coming in off a 1-point win over Elon. The game before that, they lost by 20 to Pitt on the other side. Charlotte's coming in off an impressive win over Richmond, a team we see in the NCAA tournament quite frequently. They beat them 65-48, only allowed 48 points. So, JD, you're the college basketball master here. What do you got in this game?
Yeah, guys. For this one, for me, I don't understand why Charlotte is laying actually this many points. They're not necessarily a bad team. They just don't seem to show up actually like every game. As far as their defense, that's what I really don't actually like about them. Their last game, they actually didn't play bad there. But actually, so far the rest of the season, they've been giving up some extra points here, and they're actually going to face, and then they're actually going to face an actual Gardner-Webb tonight, and actually their offense is actually pretty good from actually deep. They actually shoot the ball very well. For me, this was a big time numbers play. I think this line should actually be around 4. I gave Gardner-Webb +9 out actually last night. Looks like it's down to +7.5 now.
Yep.
And actually that's still completely fine. Matter of fact, I'm actually even going to take a Gardner-Webb. Probably going to take a little. Let me see what their money line is, but I'm probably going to
60.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a small shot there too.
I like that. For me, guys, I also lean Gardner-Webb. It's not an official play for me, but how they've done this year against the spread, they are 3-1. And they've been expected to, on the spread, they've been beating that expected number by 5 points per game. So they are doing a very good job. On the other side, Charlotte is only 1-2 on the year. ATS, they've been missing the cover by 8 points per game, which is a pretty large number on average. So for me, it's got to be a Gardner-Webb play or nothing. So I lean Gardner-Webb, but not an official play for me. But JD, I'm going to tell you because you've been red hot in college basketball. Hefe, what you got?
A lot of people don't know this. I'm a big running Bulldogs fan. Love it. No G in running, by the way. That's
yes,
what
I saw that. I like that.
Amazing. In all seriousness, JD actually spoke to the points, right? Gardner-Webb could score a lot, but listen, they're also giving up a lot. 81 points per game in their first 4 games. Charlotte's averaging 75 points per game. That's not a lot, but Gardner-Webb, 4 games, 3-1 in the over. I'm taking the over 141.5 is what I got, -115 odds.
There we go. Let's keep it moving, fellas. We're going to go to the second game of the night, which is a very large spread here. We're going to go to the FAMU Florida game. FAMU is coming in 0-3 on the year. They've played all their games on the road. This will be yet the 4th road game for this team, taking on the Florida Gators, who are 4-0. Then they are 2-0 at home. Looking over the most recent results, Florida A&M, a lot of red. A lot of red on their most recent results, a lot of losses. They lost 84-53 to Maryland. They lost 102-73 to SMU. They lost 105-59 to TCU. So they've been getting blown out in every game this year. On the other side, Florida has looked pretty good. They beat the Noles. They beat Florida State 87-74. They beat Grambling 86-62. And they beat Jacksonville 81-60. They also had an early season win over USF 98-83. Hefe, we're going to kick it over to you. Big spread here. Any action from you in this game?
Oh, yeah. I'm rolling Florida on the spread, -36, -110 odds. Look, big spread. I get it. It's scary because in these games where you have a ranked opponent, good team, high prospects versus a team that just is struggling to compete, what do you get? In the second half, you get young players, freshmen, people who don't usually play, and the offense kind of gets stagnant, and you could see maybe a spread like that backdooring. But when FAMU in their only 3 games this year have lost by 46, 29, and 31 respectively, and Florida is the best team that they faced just yet, I'm going to have to go with that. Give me Florida -36.
Yeah, good point here. I see in the comments here, Florida's team total is sitting at 96.5. That's absolutely crazy for a Division I college basketball game. David is also saying over 146 is low. He's playing the over. That's a great point, David, because that's going to go right into my bet. I love the over in this as well. It's actually over 156 right now, so that's what I'm playing. It's 10 points higher. Not sure if you were doing one of your signature parlays, but I'm taking the over 156. I think we're going to see a ton of points in this game. Florida A&M can can put the ball in the basket a little bit. They did struggle last game against Maryland, but against SMU, they did score 73 points. Against TCU, they did score 59 points. I anticipate Florida to reach just about triple digits here. This is going to be the worst defense they've played all season long so far, and they should really exploit them. They are home. They should be running and gunning, and I expect around 100 from Florida. So if Florida can give us around 100, we only need in the high 50s, low 60s from Florida A&M Rattlers, and that's exactly what we're playing, over 156. What do you like here, JD?
Yes, with this game here, we have, I believe Florida, what have they played? 4 games so far. And actually, we have been on every single one of their games. With actually Florida, this is a team that we've actually talked about. I'm either going to back them on the spread. I'm either going to play their team total over, or either I'm going to play the game over. For this game here, just actually like you, I'm actually going to play the full game over here. Florida should be able to score as many as they want here. This really should be actually one of those games. I really wouldn't be surprised here to see them get to around like 105.
Me too.
That would not actually shock me here. So as far as their team total over, yes, I do like that. That's how I was going to go. But then when I noticed where the full game total was actually sitting at, I see much more value there because Florida scores, but they also give up points too. And this total, I have just way off. I actually have it at 164. So I see a huge edge here.
I love that. And by the way, JD, you may have seen me and Hefe's faces go flying there. And if you look at the little private chat we have here, we have some breaking news to break on this show. The New York Jets have just fired their GM, Joe Douglas. So we had to let everyone know that here. You heard it here first, that the Jets have fired their general manager, Joe Douglas. The Jets have pulled off every single stop that they can possibly do. They fired the coach. Go ahead, Hefe. Go ahead, Hefe. I know you're biting at the chomp. What do you got? Chomping at the bit.
There's no way Aaron Rodgers comes back because one GM is going to take a job where the guy at the quarterback is already making all the decisions. This is actually one of the most embarrassing seasons in professional sports history.
It really is.
Fire both your coach and your GM in the middle of a season where you were supposed to have the biggest expectations you've had in the last 15 years. Like, I don't even know what to do. Woody Johnson's got to sell the team. Is bad.
Could not agree more. And I'm sharing right now, so give me 1 second here because this is pretty big news here in the NFL. I know this is a show where we're covering the daily betting slate, but we are also an NFL show every single week. So we did want to get that in there and break it to you guys. Some absolutely massive news in the NFL. Dumpster fire for the Jets. It makes us Giants fans feel a little bit better about ourselves, but either way, that's the breaking news, and we're going to keep this show moving. If anyone has any comments or anything like that, drop them in. We're happy to address anything that's going on in the sports world. And let's keep it moving to the only good college basketball game, in my opinion, that we have tonight, and this one's an absolute banger. We have the Purdue Boilermakers coming in, taking on the Marquette Golden Eagles. Purdue 4-0, Marquette 4-0. This is Purdue's first road game this year. All 4 of their games have been at home, while Marquette has played 3 of their 4 games at home this season. We all know Purdue is coming in off a monster win over Alabama. Alabama was favored in that game, and Purdue did go in there and get the win there. Marquette coming in off a 4-point win versus Maryland, and Marquette really hasn't looked great in their last couple games. They beat Maryland by 4. They beat CMU, Central Michigan, by 8. So this is an interesting one on the betting slate here. One team is looking really good in midseason form, and one team has a ton of talent, but is not really at their midseason form quite yet. JD, what do you got in this game?
This here should actually be a really good game. As far as both these teams, they've actually had great starts here. Both are actually coming off of very big wins. So could technically be a letdown spot for actually both teams here. With actually Marquette being home and this being the actually I believe this is Purdue's actually first true road game here.
Yeah.
This is a Marquette spot. This number, it kind of got out of hand really quick. I think it opened around 2 and it's shot up to 5.
5.5 now.
Yeah, 5.5 now. Definitely not going to be laying that. I need to dig into this one a little more because on the Purdue side, I'm actually showing some value there now. But I was also thinking about a Marquette first half play, because I think that they're going to come out strong. Yeah, this is where this number's at now. This game is actually really tough.
It is a tough one right now.
And I'm probably just going to see where this line moves to. But if it gets any higher, if we do get a 6, I think I'm going to have to jump on the other side there.
Yeah, if we get a 6, I'll jump on Purdue. But as of right now, I currently have the line at 4.5, but it is juiced on Marquette's side, so it looks like it is going to probably move to that +5. But as of now, I do like the under in this game. The Marquette offense really hasn't scared anybody this year. When you take a look at their performances, they scored 78 against Maryland. They scored 70 against CMU, so they haven't been putting up crazy numbers. I do think it's going to be tough to go inside with Kaufman-Wren on the inside for Purdue. I do think this one stays relatively low, and it should stay in the low 140s at the highest. So give me the under 152. Definitely my favorite play in this game. Hefe, what do you like in this spot?
Kind of feeling like I got to roll with Marquette here, guys. Marquette might not be scoring a lot, like you said, but they're playing phenomenal defense. They've only given up more than 63 points one time so far in their 4 games. I know that Purdue just got tested pretty good by Bama, but that's a good point by that.
Toddy, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great point. Obviously, going to miss Kolek and his playmaking abilities. But, he gets drafted to a good team. So,
Come on, baby.
But I'm gonna roll Marquette here, guys. I just at home, first test for Purdue, first road game for Purdue. I think Marquette is a little more talented, and I think defensively speaking, they're locked in. And now I'm gonna roll with that. I also like the under alpha.
There we go. Let's get a
low
low scoring game.
Plays of the day. My lead. Let's put it like that.
Hefe, everybody knows what your specialty is. You're the NBA guy. Everybody knows you're one of the sharpest minds in the NBA, and that's a great segue to get us into our first NBA game of the day. Let's dive right into it, boys. It's the best game of the night. The undefeated Cleveland Cavs, 15-0, 7-0 on the road, are going into the Boston Garden, the TD Garden, and taking on the Celtics, who are 11-3, and they are 4-2 at home. F.A., few injuries on the notes for this one. The Cavs will be without Dean Wade, and then they have a slew of game-time decisions. Okoro, Karis LeVert, and Sam Merrill, all true game-time decisions for tonight. On the other side, Porzingis is still out. We have not seen him this year. And Peyton Pritchard is a game-time decision, so he will be a true game-time decision. This line is currently at a 5.5. Hefe, what do you got?
I can't believe we're sitting here and the friggin' Cavs are 15-0.
Yep.
I think I told Alpha this offline in a separate chat. They could go 82-0, and I would still pick them to lose in the first round of the playoffs. They give regular season greatness to me and not playoff greatness. The Celtics don't. They're the opposite. This is, I think, the Cavs' biggest test. After today, their next 4 games are against really bad teams that don't have winning records. And their next game versus a winning record team is once again the Celtics team on December 1st. I'm taking the Celtics here, guys. I think the streak ends. The Cavs can't keep just getting everything right. You know what I mean? Like, it has to kind of go back to the median here. They're shooting immensely well. They're playing great team basketball. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson. He's getting the absolute most out of every single player, including the role guys. His team is playing absolute team basketball. Celtics are better, though. They just flat out are better. And I think you're seeing kind of a big number here at -5.5. I understand the Celtics are home and they're 11-3 and a great team, but it should be closer. I think Vegas is kind of baiting you to take the Cavs with the points. Vegas wasn't built on losers. Celtics -5.5.
You said a lot of things, but the absolute last thing you said was the most perfect thing and the best thing you said there. This is a trap game, I think, where the books want everybody to be all over the Cavs. The undefeated team, you're getting 5.5 points. With the 15-0 Cavs, you're forgetting who the Boston Celtics are. The Boston Celtics at home are one of the most dominant, best basketball teams that we have seen in recent memory. They are fantastic at home. They're a complete team, and the streak is going to have to end at some time. tonight is that day. I'm with you 1,000%, Hefe. Give me the Celtics by the spread. They should be able to win this game. I think it'll be by double digits, probably in that 10 to 12-point range. But this Celtics team is complete. This is going to be the first real test for the Cavs, and this should be their first loss. JD, we've been saying it every day about this Cavaliers team. People keep betting that 82-0 season. Stop doing that. There's no value on that at all. It should end tonight. Give me the Celtics by the 5.5. JD, you with us?
If I was on a side here, I would definitely be on actually that. I feel like the Cavs are going to be maybe the biggest public dog, maybe like ever.
Yeah.
To a night. But what I did is last night I actually gave out the over here. I actually gave it out at 2:30.
NBA Cup makes sense.
Yep.
And that actual line has actually shot up now. But just a little bit about it though, as far as the offenses go, these are actually like two best in actually the league. The Cavs are averaging 123.7 points. Boston is averaging 121.6 points. In their last 3 games, the Cavs are averaging 128.7, while actually Boston, they're actually averaging 127 points. I think we see a lot of points. I think the Celtics, I think we see them make a ton of threes. And yeah, this total, like I said, is I just can't give it out now, just because the total's moved actually so much, but it would definitely be the over here.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to add about this NBA Cup, and you see a lot of cappers giving out the overs in a lot of these games, and it's for good reason. I do a ton of overs in the NBA Cup because the second tiebreaker, if teams are tied and they're looking at who they're eliminating from this tournament, it goes by total points scored and point differential. Those are the second and third tiebreakers. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. So if you guys have a tied 1-1 or if you didn't even play each other, then the next tiebreakers go to point differential and total points scored. So that's why you're seeing in all these games that teams are playing to the final whistle. You'll see a game that's a 16-point spread with a minute left, and you're seeing fouling on both ends and teams going to the free throw line because the total points is so important in this tournament. So a lot of people you will see taking a lot of overs in these type of tournaments. I'm one of them because at the end of these games, you could see some 80-point fourth quarters. I was on one last week where I needed 83 points to cover in the fourth quarter, and we got 84. I forget exactly which one that was, but it was an NBA Cup game. I think it was exactly last Tuesday, and that's what happens in these NBA Cup games. They play to the final whistle, so make sure you guys are careful. All right, well, let's keep it moving. We got one game left that we're breaking down today, which is going to be the Nuggets taking on the Grizzlies. The Nuggets are coming into this game 7-5 on the year. They have a losing record on the road. They are 2-3. On the other side, the Grizzlies are coming in 8-6 on the year, but they are 5-2 at home, so they've been very good at home. The one thing that's not great for this Memphis Grizzlies team is the injury report. Zach Edey out, Ja Morant out, Cam Spencer out, Gigi Jackson out, Marcus Smart a true game time decision. On the other side, Nikola Jokic is a true game time decision as well. Aaron Gordon is out, and Day'Ron Holmes is out as well. So for me, this Grizzlies team is coming in pretty banged up. Hefe, we're going to go to you. What do you got?
Yeah, no Ja, no Edey for Memphis. Jokic game time decision. The reason says personal. Anytime I see that, I kind of just think they're trying to get him some rest. This is tough because I hate these back-to-back NBA games where you face the same opponent in back-to-back games. I don't know. I guess they implemented that to keep travel to a minimum, but this is not baseball. I don't want to see them play the same team back-to-back other than the playoffs.
Cops. It's because the cop. It's stupid. I agree, but it's because the cop.
I get that, but it's stupid.
I agree.
But even with that said, I'll go with the Nuggets here. The line is indicating that Jokic is not playing. I think that means that you put the ball more in Jamal Murray's hand. Westbrook probably gets increased minutes too off the bench. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, et cetera, et cetera. No Ja really hurts the Grizzlies. No Edey hurts the Grizzlies down low. Still got Triple J, Bane. I understand they have great role players, but Nuggets are a battle-tested team. I believe the Grizzlies got the best of them when they played a day ago. I think the Nuggets have revenge on their mind. Nuggets plus 4.5, -110 odds.
You're absolutely correct. And that's why I think a lot of people are going to be slamming the Grizzlies. We just saw the Grizzlies 2 days ago beat the Nuggets 105-90. That's not going to happen in this spot. I'm all over the Nuggets with you. Give me them with the points. I'm not going to take any more time in that one. You put everything perfectly. JD, what do you got?
Yeah, so the big man tonight, he's a game time decision. And I'm trying to find it here. I know it was personal reasons, but maybe I dreamt this. But I thought that him and his wife, I thought they just had a baby.
I believe that's what it is as well.
Okay, I was about to say, I literally can't find it now. It's not saying that anywhere. But I swore actually that's what happened there.
I thought that's what it was too. So I think we have to be right if we both were thinking that's what it was.
I guess.
Yeah, but that would be public knowledge. Like that would be so public knowledge.
Do you know who he is? No, it is. It's right here. Reigning MVP Nikola Jokic is questionable to the birth of his daughter as of 2 days ago. So that is what it is.
So did his wife give birth, or we don't know?
It doesn't say here.
Whatever. We need to know.
That's why it's a true questionable. Do you think Jokic is letting any? He's not letting anyone know anything. You're a doctor. What do you got for us? Did she have the baby or not?
I'm good.
Dr. Hefe.
Yes. I felt it. I just felt it. Yes, she did.
Jokic
not going. We're taking the Nuggets. You know the NBA rule. When the star player is out, you back that team even harder.
Agreed.
Well, yeah. If actually that is the case, and he does play tonight, I would short all of his props.
Yeah.
Especially his actual point prop. But yeah, I would actually probably short everything. Yes, he hasn't had much sleep.
No sleep.
Yes, and you see here, as far as the post, the Grizzlies are actually really good at actually defending the actual post. So yeah, if he is in, I would definitely go under points here. And that's for me is honestly really it. The side on this game, I really think it's tough without knowing more. The Grizzlies, actually, against the spread, they've been great. I believe their last 10. I believe they're 8-2. Honestly, if I had to pick anything else besides that prop, I would actually probably lean over here.
NBA Cup game.
Yeah, besides the Cup game, the Grizzlies have been playing over. The actually last game they played was actually not a high-scoring game, but I would expect that to go back to how they have been playing, though.
Agreed.
So I would definitely lean over here.
Yeah, Memphis is the fourth best over team in the league. They're coming in at 65%. Denver is, let me get them up here. Denver is the same. They're 66%. So both of these teams are definitely over teams. So I definitely agree why you would go that direction. Well, fellas, that's going to do it for the breakdown of today's games. But as you know on this show, we still have things we have to get done. So let me jump into currently the day 5 sale for Black Friday for Moneyball Metrics. Make sure you guys check out the Moneyball Metrics Twitter account. It will be pinned on the Moneyball Metrics Twitter, today's sale. So make sure you guys tune in. It's not officially announced, but I know what it is, and you guys are going to absolutely love today's sale. So make sure you guys check that out later in the day today. Fellas, we still have to do one or two more things on this show. First one we're going to jump into is going to be best bets. After that, we're going to be talking about how Bill Belichick will be taking over the Jets as GM and coach for next year. Hefe, how many best bets do you have for the people? 1, 2, 9, 14? What do you got?
Well, I have 3, but now I'm going to add one.
Okay.
My fourth best bet is Bill Belichick will not be the GM head coach of the New York Jets in the 2025 season. Find that line somewhere, I don't know where, make it up, and take the no. But for my actual 3 best bets for this evening, let's start with I have 3 NBA ones, 2 that we spoke about, 1 that we didn't. Celtics minus 5.5. We spoke about it ad nauseum. I think that line is baiting you to take the Cavaliers as they're 15-0. We're gonna go against that. Nuggets plus 4.5. We spoke about that as well. These two teams just played each other. Grizzlies won. Now you're going to get the Grizzlies at a low number with no Ja, no Edie, probably no Jokic. Game time decision there, as we spoke about. So give me the Nuggets plus 4.5. And here's one we didn't talk about. Nets, Hornets. Now, I know NBA Cup, you gotta score points because the points are the tiebreaker. Blah 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 blah. You know what doesn't care about tiebreakers? Two teams that have no chance, zero opportunity to win this NBA Cup. Also, here's a little secret. Come closer. Are you ready for this? In order to score points in the NBA, you have to put the ball in the basket. And the Nets and Hornets suck at that. Under 221.5 is what I'm taking in Nets and Hornets. Hornets are the number one under team in the league, 70% cover on the under, and the Nets are the Nets.
Yep. I love it. Let me jump into my best bets, then we'll get into JD's best bets. My first best bet is going to be the Celtics tonight. I am all over the Celtics at the 5.5. I think they win this one rather easily. And my second and final best bet is going to be the Nuggets plus the 4.5 from me. JD, we know you got those college basketball locks for the people. What do you got?
I'll say it looks like y'all have the pros here, so I'm going to take these college boys.
Yep.
Let's go back to that first game we talked about, and let's take Gardner-Webb. Like I said, the line, it has come down now. It looks like you can still get a plus 7.5. I actually still really actually like that one. Then let's go to that Florida game. This line to me is very low. I believe it's 156 now. I actually can get a 155.5 in actually some spots. This like over, I just absolutely love this. As far as my college basketball plays today, I actually have quite a few, but these are two of my favorites though. So let's just go with those.
Let's freaking get it. I absolutely love it, JD. And Hefe, we appreciate you coming on per usual. That's going to do it for the breakdown of today's show. That's going to do it for the best bets as well. JD, you did a fantastic job. And let me, before I forget and get yelled at by the producer, put on the graphic. Make sure you guys take your phones out, take some screenshots, lock it in. You can see what we're all on for our best bets. But now it's the time to go back to Hefe. Hefe, who's going to be replacing Joe Douglas in New York?
I don't know, but I feel like more importantly than that, they need a leader of men all the way through that organization. That GM has to be able to come in and look Woody Johnson in the face and be like, you gotta stick to just signing the checks. No more decision making from you. Can't do it. Okay, let me do my job. And he has to totally let that GM pick that head coach. And that head coach has to be nothing but an absolute leader of men. Mike Vrabel's my choice for head coach.
I think that's
GM,
a good choice.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I think that's a good pick as well. JD, any early thoughts on the head coach or GM vacancy in New York? Also, one thing I want to say before we let you answer that, who has it worse than Jet fans, man? Who has it worse than Jet fans?
You know what? I am not a Jets guy. That's something that I've actually given zero thought to.
So you're also going with Mike Vrabel.
Yes, definitely.
There we go. You're siding with Hefty with Mike Vrabel. I'm saying the impossible. I'm saying that it can't happen, will it? It's Bill Belichick, who's been in that division. What's your chance to get back at the Patriots, who fired you when you weren't ready to go? What do? Go to the Jets and beat the crap out of the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick does have a chance to go there, and that would be my prediction. Yeah, I know, Jess. I know. Giants fans have it just as bad as the Jets. Yes, we do. But you know what? It ain't as bad as that. It ain't as bad as that. But, fellas, that's going to do it for today's show. We broke down some NFL news, and we got the bets in. I appreciate every single one of you. Hefe, yet again, thank you for coming on. JD, say goodbye to the people. Get us the hell out of here.
Guys, it was actually yesterday I came on here and said that this was going to be a big week. Last night, we had a big night to start the week. Tonight is going to be even a bigger night.
Let's go.
Jump on board and let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. Love the passion out of you today.
Let's get a freaking passion from JD. I'm about to tear off my freaking monitor.
Bro, JD's about to apply for the Jets GM and coaching job. He's got my vote. Hefe, say something inspirational to the people before we get out of here. Inspirational.
You gotta sometimes just, spread those wings and fly, baby. Take that risk, No looking back, only looking forward. The present is only right now. That's what you have to live in.
I love that. Nailed it. We'll see everyone tomorrow. This is getting out of hand. Peace.